I guess all of you know the video from doesnt that got over 8 million views and is one of the biggest Rust videos up to date. And lately I questioned myself if that even still works, and quite frankly it probably doesn't, because well, it got 8 million views and everybody knows it. And that was exactly when I decided to find a new way how to be a parasite in Rust, with firstly the normal idea of living in the ground, and for the second idea I came up with something pretty awesome, which has a bit higher startup cost, but is almost guaranteed to work. So let's get started. Well, you see, as already said, the normal design doesnt used is now recognized by pretty much everyone, but not if you change a couple of things. The first possibility is to just add simple honeycomb. This will increase the chance of people living in it by quite a bit, but the high foundations may give it away. Of course, this is a viable option, but there are better ones. Now the second option is to build a honeycomb 2x1. Until now, everyone who tried to be a parasite built a 2x2, and a 2x1 has never been seen as a possibility, and not many players will suspect it, so that's a pretty good option too. And now the last and probably best option is to not leave it there as a 2x2, but rather expand it to more than just that. In this example I built a honeycomb 2x2 with a jump up on both sides, but if you really want to, you can take this to a whole new level and build a massive base. And of course, for all of these it's important to add some deployables and even some starter loot to maximize the chances of people living there. And as doesnt had to find out, it's usually a better idea to leave them standing open than to give the base to players. Because I mean, it's kinda obvious that every single Rust player wants to betray you, so they have no reason to trust you if you give them a base. What I'm gonna be showing you now has never been used by anyone before and is extremely underrated. It comes with a bit of startup cost, but will definitely be worth it. So this base looks like a normal honeycomb 2x2, and not even the foundations are raised, so it will raise no suspicion. But the one thing that is a bit different is that the wall behind the tool cupboard will be rotated around so you can soft side from the outside in. But this will not be noticed because you have to pack the loot room full of boxes, so you can barely see through to the other wall. And trust me, you don't really notice it when you're in the base. And of course, don't forget to place some deployables to make the base look legit. Now in this part of the honeycomb you have to place a sleeping bag, a small box and maybe even a tier 1 workbench. Now to soft side the wall you have two options. The first one being to just buy a jackhammer and refilling it at the workbench. This is the fastest and the easiest workbench, but for that you of course have to acquire a jackhammer first. Now the second and cheaper option is to use around 24 wooden spears. Once the spears are broken you can craft them with a bit of stone to stone spears. The only thing that you have to be worried about is them upgrading the walls to metal. But that is not a too large problem because you can still jackhammer that, it just takes some more time. If you have enjoyed the video then don't forget to hit the subscribe button because it really means a lot. And don't forget to check out the original video from doesnt, because I myself rewatched it again and really enjoyed it. So I do recommend watching it again. But that's all for now. So see you next time.